I connected here the sources, and now you see here insights. And this is new in Trickle. Even though we developed Trickle for quite some time, I never put a lot of insights in Trickle because the usability was not yet fully established. Here you see what happens if you don't have an insight yet in the stream. A button where you can create a new insight. I can give this new insight a title. For example, I recently watched many people this DALL-E 2 artificial intelligence system, and it's really an amazing demonstration of AI capabilities. So what I'm saying here, I create an insight. I learned about DALL-E and I was blown away by what it can do. So I save this now in Trickle as an insight, and I do so here in this area on the top left. You see the insights. And now if I click on this, it's basically just a title and nothing is connected here yet. That would be in the lower part, and it's nothing written yet. We are continuously working on the editor. This will get better and better. I could now click here on edit or here and could start writing something more detail about this. What's new is that you can create insights here in this area on the bottom left. Once you created the first insight, you can create a second insight. If you have more and more insights, then at some point makes sense to create a chapter. And I show this with example content that we have here from my friend and business partner, Phil. When I go here to streams and then let's say health, these are all connections. I'm using just Trickle to go from one public connection. Everything is private in Trickle by default, but you can put it public and then share it with other people. Let's take here advanced nutritional myth busting, for example. 34 insights he saved in there. These are all chapters. You get them from the Roman numbers here. And if you click on one, it unfolds. And if you click now here on this insight, you get a preview, and then you can show more. And here you see the full text. And this is basically an archetype insight, which has not only a title, but also some text.
Yeah.
And it is connected to all these different sources. If you look at this study, obviously use this as a source in more than one insight that you then publish. So the connection still holds. You see here that there are three in total insights. And from my Trickle, I also already have a study from the same domain here, a COVID-related study I have saved. And so I can see this here too. Yes, so insights are now a feature of Trickle. This is one book called Extreme Ownership by the author Jocko Willink, an ex-army soldier who writes about leadership in a very interesting way and very pinpointed way. I got a lot out of it. And for the longest time, I just knew the book and had my highlights. But now, since this insights functionality is live, I added points that stood out. Basically, the punchlines, I saved them here as insights. One of them is, for example, decentralized command. I got my highlights out of the book. I can also save them here. I could write in my own words what I learned from this leadership principle. And I did a quick Google research and found 2 YouTube videos that explain this more in detail. So I connected them here too. So now, going forward, whenever I think about, this is like decentralized command, right? This is like this leadership principle. I can just connect it to this insight. It grows over time. The more I use Trickle and find situations where I connect it to this insight. Okay. Maybe I use this opportunity to, the moment you can move things down and move things up, right? You can change the order insights. If you click on any insights, then you can see here what you wrote so far. And you can go in the editor to write the insight. And this is a little bit outdated. We are already working on a better way to edit the drips, the insights. It's time where we called the insights drips. You can now edit it here and save it, but the better way to do it will be live in a couple of weeks. And then you will basically just edit them here at this very point. When you are in a stream, you can create an insight with a selection. You click on Actions, Add New with Selection. Now I have 2 options because we know in which stream you want to create it. You are in a stream. I click here now, New Insight, give it a title. From this podcast, I learned a lot. And I could connect it also to the stream, but I don't have to because it is also in the stream. Every insight needs to be in a stream.